Teach the women don't teach us.
I did not interview men for the first 4 years of my study. And it wasn't until a man looked at me one day after a book signing and said, "I love what you have to say about shame. I'm curious why you didn't mention men." And I said, "I don't study men." And he said, "That's convenient." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because you say to reach out, tell our story, be vulnerable. But you see those books you just signed for my wife and my 3 daughters?" I said, "Yeah. They'd rather me die on top of my white horse than watch me fall down." When we reach out and be vulnerable, we get the shit out of us. And don't tell me it's from the guys and the coaches and the dads.
Let's go.
All right, Trey, go ahead, kick it off for us, Trey. You got the mindset, and matter of fact, anybody looking for mindset coaching, anything like that, man, Trey's the go-to guy. So that's why we got to start off with Trey. So go ahead, Trey.
Exactly. So what's the question? I already put at the bottom, but let us know what it is.
Yeah. So who really teaches men how to be men? Who really teaches men how to be men? Who are we being? My question would be, who are we being men for? And like, what do we learn? Where do our experience come in as men the most? So if you was to ask me, I would say I learned more about being a man from my experience with women. So women teach men how to be men.
What, you want to elaborate, Trey, or you just throwing it out there?
Kind of throwing it out there, and I want you all to chip in, let me know where y'all at, and then
let me piggyback on what Trey just said. I get what you're saying, kind of, Trey. Like I would say, based on my experience, right, like being raised by a single mom, I when you're around a woman like that, you get to see the what's that word, inadequacies and whatnot in the home and whatnot. So you can see where you got to tighten up in the future, when you go through do the same thing. So I get what you're saying. So yeah, to an extent, we do learn from women, but I think ultimately you're going to go out there and learn from other men also for most of your shaping and your growth. Like you do have to have the men in there too.
So the phrase has been, the phrase has been only men can teach, only men can raise men.
I mean, when I was like looking at it now, like I wish I had more of a sphere of influence from a male figure when I was younger, because I still do ask myself like, what I could have been here faster. I could have did this shit in my 20s instead of just doing it in my 30s. But despite the circumstances, shit still went pretty well. So I can't say, oh, can't say I'm inadequate due to the lack of a male figure in my life, So
Absolutely.
I do. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Keisha. Go ahead. My bad.
Nah, I do. I will say, like, I do see examples, like when we went to G's father's house to shoot the one episode. I saw that the effect like a father could have. I saw when we talked to his father. I was like, I could see why G is the way he is. You know what I'm saying?
Shine. Get your shine on. Get your shine on, shout it.
Yeah. So hey, I put this on. I put it on everywhere. Booty cheeks, kneecaps, underarms. I got the vanilla right here. Usually, I got the lavender ones. It helped me sleep good. 'Cause I be sleeping like this, and I can smell it off my hands. I'm trying to tell you, feeling good. You better rock with this.
Right.
It's that vanilla. Yeah.
Listen, man, we ain't being ashy no more. Hygiene. Hygiene is important. You need to get your shine. It's hydrating. It's light. It lasts all day. You don't got to use a lot, and it's good from face to foot.
Historically, I don't really use lotion or nothing like that because I'm like in a hybrid, light skin, in between dark skin motherfuckers. Coming back from vacation, I'm a little sunburnt. So I needed something to get my skin back right because I'm feeling like a reptile right now. So I'm gonna get this baby going on when I get home.
Oh, and look, you gotta shine on, everybody. Hey, look, I got like 4 cases. I got a bunch of cases. And I got the big jar too. That's old school. Y'all don't even know about that. He don't even got those no more. But look, I'm telling y'all, this shine is amazing. Help with eczema, clear your skin up, all of that great stuff. So you don't want to miss out on this shine, man. Make sure y'all go get y'all a bottle of this.
All natural ingredients.
Absolutely.
Yep. Where they can find it?
So you can find this at shinecareproducts.com. Let them know that we sent you. Use the code FMF20, get you a discount.
Got to.
Like stuff like that. So I do like have examples like in looking at my friends' situations and their fathers and how they are, and I've been able to like take a little bit from that in my upbringing too.
All right, Paulie.
Yeah, I would say, I believe a woman can teach you the idea of what they feel like a man is. It's certain things men go through that women don't go through, and vice versa. So it's hard for a woman to talk or walk a young man through certain things that they would never experience. Like, for example, blue balls. Like, I don't know.
Facts, bro. It's sitting on your nuts.
You read my mind, Paul.
Yo, like blue, like a woman can't.
You said blue balls?
Yeah, it's blue balls, bro. Like a woman. I remember the first time I got blue balls, I didn't know what the hell was going on. And the male influence or the male figure doesn't always have to be like your dad or something. It's just that man that understand it. And I remember I went and talked to my uncle. I like, bro, man, I took it to a certain level with a woman, but we didn't always go there. And then on the drive back home, like I got like this cramp in my nutsack. And I was like, yo, what the hell going on? You're like, oh, that's blue balls, man. Yo, this is what you do to get rid of that. Like it's those it's the small intricacies that a woman just can't walk a young man through that a man could be able to do. So that's why I say a woman can teach a man how to treat a woman. But I don't think a woman could teach a man fully how to be a man. They can try their best, but it's just certain things they wouldn't even think of. You know what I'm saying? Certain experience and vice versa. We couldn't teach a woman how to be a woman. We could just teach a woman how to treat a man. And so, it's an intricate thing because like you said, if a young man, all he got is women around, he can still grow up to be a solid young man, and those women do the best jobs. It's just certain things he had to figure out on his own. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily a woman taught him those things. He figured it out as a man on his own and kind of traversed through it that way. So that's the way I would put it. We do learn certain things from women to help us become better men. But a man could teach a man all the way through his journey how to be a man.
and real quick, Trey, like I said, I know I agree with somewhat with what you said to start this topic, but it's crazy to me that I'm gonna go back to my experience. So this not everybody, but my mom instilled in me when I was 7 years old, after my pops left, that she always told me, I can't teach y'all how to be a man. I can't teach y'all how to be a man. That shit has stuck with me. So
yeah,
if my mom telling me that, then I don't think no other woman out here can really tell me how to be a man for real.
All right,
This is a real good topic, and everybody made valid points on there, and I want to understand where I say is that I believe that women can do the best that they can to raise a man, because everybody has situations where they may not have the father there, of course, and it happens. I mean, we see what's going on outside everywhere. but I'll stand tall of that they can't. I don't think 100% that they can, but I understand they have to do what they have to do to try to do the best that they can, if that makes sense. So they're gonna do the best that they can. But I think I don't think women can raise men. I say that because in my own experience, yes, my father was around, but there was a big portion of my life that I didn't have my father. I lived most of my childhood in another state. My father was in another state. Long story. Of course, it was two different households, and I've seen the difference of me being in just a single parent household with just my mom, and then being able to stay in the house for a couple years that I did with like my father. Big difference, like big difference. I saw the dynamic of she saying one thing and saying the same exact thing, but then my father saying a different thing. It was like night and day, and it was like the same thing, but it was like it was a feeling of having that testosterone or maybe that male figure there, and me lining up like a straight arrow when he says something, but me being like whatever when she says something, if that makes sense. So it was a big difference, and at first I struggled at it. Like I didn't understand the things that he was saying. It was like confusing. Like, why I got to do this? Why I got to do that? And he'd be like, not just in simple words I said because I had to, but in small glimpses, he'll be like, you'll understand when you get older why you got to do this and why you got to talk that way and why should you have your money this way and why should you do this. And it all started to make sense now that I'm getting into my mid-30s or 30s and understanding what he was saying way back of just small stuff on how to be a man in this world. The main thing was that really spoke out to me was I say that most men can need that father figure, and that of course women can't be able to basically teach men is to control your certain type of your emotions and the way you move. You can't move the same way as women. You can't react the same exact way. And that was one thing that I had a problem with when I was younger. I would go off a lot of my emotions instead of thinking logically and like, you can't do that because you might get shot. You can't do that because you're going to fail. You might do that. You might get kicked out of your place or something like that. It was like controlling certain things that he taught me that you have to level yourself out. That was one of the main things. So I wouldn't say that that they can't, because people have to do what they got to do. Women have to step in when the man is not there. That's just how it is. But being as far as having a man in your life, I think a lot of men need it because they need to see how men move, good or bad. You have even a bad dad, but even if you have a bad dad, you'll at least know I ain't gonna do I ain't gonna do what he did. That's already learning right there. You like, oh, he messed up. I ain't rocking with him. He left. He did this. I know when I have a woman and when I have kids, I ain't doing what he did. Forget that. Yeah. So that's teaching right there. So we gotta do what we gotta do. So hey, that's my thoughts on it.
Man, I love it. I love where y'all mind is at, man. I love my fellas, man, because I'm always ready for the 1-2 left hook come back. You know what I mean? But it was this topic that came to mind because a lot of the people that I talk to about mindset, prospects, potential clients, actual clients, all usually their mindset, all my men, their mindset usually is triggered when it's complications with a woman, you know? And the reason why I chose to screen grab that clip of UG is because one of the things you said was men teach women, women don't teach men. And I know that's just like a blanket statement, but I wanted that to be elaborated because a lot of the things I learned from women, you know. So I know women teach men, but I agree with every one of y'all are spitting facts when it comes to the intricacies, learning from the man. It doesn't have to be a father. It's still a male figure because that's what all of us have done. We took male figures, something about that guy I want instilled in me, and I can pay attention and either talk to or imitate to put it in my life because I want to be that caliber man. I want that.
Oh, you still here? You ain't subscribed yet? Hit that button, my man. Hit that button to subscribe.
Type of respect. I want, whatever it is, we saw it from a guy or learned it from a guy, and was like, that's what I need, and it is some. We aren't the same. Men and women are not the same, and we aren't supposed to react the same. I've been deep diving on this and having a lot of conversations about it off camera. Um, so this is actually awesome. I love where you all are at. Before we continue, I wanted to elaborate on that line that you said, men teach women, women don't teach men. What you meant by that?
Me specifically, or what I said in the video.
Yeah.
I think if I can remember now, I looked at the clip a few times. I remember we were talking in the instance we were talking about the Woman King joint.
Right.
That was I think that was the context of it. But if I give a more broad answer on it, maybe I can elaborate it on more. We all know we know. I'm gonna say this: we know the difference between men and women, just because it's been put in the media that I guess we the same for some reason. Men can be women and women can be men and all that crazy stuff. But we know as men, we know it's the difference between men and women.
Right.
We know that we have to act a certain way, we have to talk a certain way, we have to move in a certain way that's I think is almost totally different from a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't especially react the same. So when it comes to just the small details that men provide, even if you even learn it from a dad, an uncle, maybe an older male cousin, a barbershop, you get certain things from them that you never will see. I believe as a spiritual man that is an order to life. It's man over woman, women over man. I'm sorry, man over woman, women over kids. Well, I'm sorry. Let's do the third time. I'm messing up. It's God over man, man over woman, woman over kids. I believe it's a hierarchy. Not mean that anybody's better than anybody, but I believe that the knowledge and the wisdom is passed down from God to man, and it goes down to women, and the woman teaches to the kids. So when you break up that level of our hierarchy, things get washed out because we're the leveled ones. We get what we need from God, and we be able to push it on to the rest of us. Now I know a lot of people are not spiritual with that, but what I've seen in life, I think a lot of it aligns with it. I think that was the reason why they stopped so many. They're stopping so many families. I believe that men are not around a lot because they know the power of what men can do, what fathers can do to a whole community. They know that 100%. They know the reason why. So when you take that out, I believe some men become lost. They don't know what to do with their life. And I was there. I know that feeling. Even though he was still alive, I couldn't see him every day. But I know that feeling like, what do I do next? I don't even know how to talk to this girl. I don't know. I feel mad about this. What should I do? I know I can't react like that. It was a lot of confusion. So without having that male person there to actually show me what a man needs to do in certain situations, I think that they are very crucial when it comes to male development. So that's my main thing. I still go back to women can do what they can, but I think ultimately, I don't think women can completely raise a man by itself. I just don't think so. He needs some male authority somewhere.
Agreed, and I love that you elaborated on that. Shout out to you. You're doing a real good job today. I love it. I love it. I had to get you to elaborate on it because just the statement, men teach women, women don't teach men, is like, well, what's the word for it? That's basically tumultuous. It's a tumultuous statement that is like, yeah, no, because at the same time, the episode right before that, we was talking about how there's really no men teachers, and especially when we was growing up and going to school, there was no men teachers. So literally, the role of teaching was predicated on women. It's looked at as a woman position. So that's why I was like, it ain't that. But what you say, it makes a lot of sense, and definitely I agree. I agree. For the men out there, man, it is completely different when you hear it from a man and a man's perspective. Like even us going through our depressive moments, or if you consider yourself to have depression, how a man needs to resolve it is different than how a woman would. You know, like more so women want to be accepted, men want to feel capable. I saw a clip of that. So it's like you need to really reinstill it in yourself that you're capable of providing, of protecting, and you need to boost yourself up in that and develop in that sense versus the branding of self care and self love. Like self care for men is different for self care for women. It's not just spa days, pampering, and face masks. Now, like maybe you need to go. I know it sounds crazy, but maybe you need to play a sport, work out. Maybe you need to, hang out with the fellas because that's communion. You don't even realize it. Can't have community without communication type thing. So I love it, man. I love it. Anybody else?
Hey, real quick, man, Trey said something I thought was powerful. Women want to be accepted, men want to feel capable. That's a bar right there, yo. That's a bar.
That's true.
I ain't think about. That's a good. I feel like that's a real easy, pretty much general way to break it down. Women, in regards to that, women want to be accepted, men want to feel capable. I thought that was a bar. I had to shout you out for that one, man.
I appreciate it, but I got that from some stuff that I was watching.
Man, oh yeah, let's go over one of these comments because there was one that we got to put up there because Quan is wilding right now. So I got to make sure y'all pay. Quan is wilding right now, man.
The instigator.
Quan is wilding. I'm gonna put it up for Quan wilding right now.
Quan filling in for Bleach.
Quan wilding right now.
What you gonna say, Keith?
He said, Quan, I'm sorry, can't we define a man if the Supreme Court can't define a woman?
We ain't doing that.
Come on, Quan.
We know what a man is. We know what a woman is.
Hey, Quan, if you want to talk about that next time, man, put in the chat. Let us know if you want to be on the next live, man. You got to talk about that live. As you see from now on, we went from recording to we went to live. So if you got to talk about that, you got to come live next time with us, man, on the next episode. On the next live, I'm sorry.
Hey, but before we get ready to wrap this one up, man, I know G about to get ready to load up the next video for the next topic and everything.
Right.
Anybody got like their final thoughts they want to share on it? Go ahead, Keith.
I think G hit the nail on the head. Like I'm not a religious person, so I'm not gonna quote the Bible or anything, but I do believe there's a natural order to things as so it was made in the beginning. And like you said, it's not to say that men are better than women or anything, but men are directly under God, and then the rest follows them. I think right now in society, shit is going so far away from the ideas of God, and the people bringing on all these other ideologies that there's chaos in the world. That's all I'm gonna say. That's
why I'm working on that's why I'm working on the communication, because it is like cringe to be like, oh, you over me. Nah, it ain't that. It's more so like we know that God made man first, but man is incomplete without woman. So until the woman is there, you still searching, you still learning, and you still working. You know what I mean? And then once the woman is there, I can definitely tell you from experience. That's why I say the experience teaches men, and we get most of our experience from women. How could I put it like that? Experience teaches.
So say it again.
Experience teach men, and we get most of our experience from women. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree that men, maybe men will give the guidance on what you should do, but you'll get the experience on the job dealing with women. Yeah.
Man, we
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Like the dad gave you the playbook. All right, that's what you're supposed to do at your job. Boom, boom, boom. All right, you go deal with her to deal with your experience. All right, go do what I taught you. All right, bam.
Right. And they say go out there. You need to go out there in the field. What's the field? Out there in the women. You gotta go find the women. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
For real.
Yeah, I agree
For
with
real.
that. Definitely, 100%.
Yeah,
Hey, look, I don't because we about to go into a whole nother topic. So